What if waiting just a few years could mean tens of thousands of extra dollars in your retirement? Most Americans rush to claim Social Security at 62 without realizing the financial trap they're walking into. The wrong timing could cost you for the rest of your life. But here's the twist. Claiming too late might be just as risky if you're not prepared. So, when is the right time to claim your benefits? The answer isn't what most people think. Before you make one of the biggest financial decisions of your life, claiming Social Security is alright, so stop and hit subscribe right now. Every week, we uncover the silent traps that could cost you thousands in retirement. If you're 50 or older, you can't afford to miss this. What you don't know about Social Security timing could shrink your lifetime income permanently. So subscribe now and protect your future before it's too late. Why timing? Your Social Security is a life-altering decision. Claiming Social Security isn't just a checkbox on your retirement to-do list. It's a decision that can shape your financial stability for the rest of your life. Yet, more than 60% of Americans choose to start benefits before their full retirement age, often without understanding the long-term cost. This single choice can mean the difference between a comfortable retirement and running out of money when you need it most. Social Security was designed to provide a safety net, but it's also a financial tool. And like any tool, its power depends on how and when you use it. If you start collecting at 62, the earliest age allowed, you'll receive up to 30% less each month compared to waiting until full retirement age. Wait until 70 and your monthly benefit could increase by as much as 76% compared to claiming early. That's not a small difference. Over the course of 20 to 30 years, we're talking about tens or even hundreds of thousands of dollars left on the table. Warren Buffett once said, "The most important investment you can make is in yourself." In retirement, the best investment may be in your patience and timing. Because the truth is, Social Security isn't just a benefit. It's a lifetime paycheck. And like any paycheck, timing your raise matters, but this isn't about one-size-fits-all advice. Your ideal timing depends on your health, family history, retirement goals, and even tax planning. That's why the smartest retirees treat this decision with the same level of care they would use when investing their life savings. So, before making a move, ask yourself, are you choosing out of fear or strategy? What happens if you claim? At age 62. Age 62 is the earliest you can claim Social Security, and it's the most popular. Nearly 1 in 3 Americans starts collecting at this age. But what many don't realize is that this early move comes with a permanent price. If your full retirement age is 67 and you claim at 62, your monthly benefit is reduced by about 30%. And that reduction lasts forever. Let's break it down with a simple example. Suppose you're entitled to $2,000 per month at full retirement age. If you claim at 62, that drops to around $1,400. Over 20 years, that's a difference of $144,000. And this doesn't include cost of living adjustments, which also compound over time. In other words, claiming early doesn't just mean less money now. It means even less money later. Why do people still do it? Fear. Fear that Social Security will run out. Fear they won't live long enough to break even. But, according to the Social Security Administration, a man who reaches age 62 today can expect to live, on average, to age 84. For women, it's closer to 87. That's over 2 decades of reduced income if you claim early. There's also another hidden trap. If you keep working while receiving benefits before full retirement age, your payments may be reduced even more due to the earnings limit. In 2025, that limit is $22,320. Earn above it, and Social Security will withhold $1 for every $2 you earn over the limit. Choosing to claim at 62 isn't always wrong, but it should never be done out of panic or lack of planning. If your savings are strong and your health is uncertain, early claiming might be right for you. But it should be a decision rooted in strategy, not fear. What changes if you wait until 70? Waiting until age 70 to claim Social Security can feel like a gamble, but for many, it's one of the safest financial moves they'll ever make. From full retirement age to 70, your benefit increases by about 8% per year. That's a guaranteed return backed by the U.S. government, and it's inflation adjusted for life. Where else can you get that? Let's look at the math. If your full benefit at 67 is $2,000 a month, delaying until 70 raises that to about $2,480. That's $480 more every month, or over $5,700 more every year, for the rest of your life. Live to 90? That's nearly $115,000 in additional income. And remember, this doesn't include annual cost of living increases, which make that gap even wider over time. Beyond the numbers, delaying can provide long-term protection against outliving your money, a real concern as life expectancy rises. According to the CDC, the average 65-year-old woman will live to nearly 87. For men, it's about 84, and many live much longer. The later you claim, the more insurance you're effectively building into your retirement. But it's not just about you. For married couples, delaying the higher earner's benefit until 70 can secure a stronger survivor benefit for the spouse who lives longer, a factor often overlooked but critically important, especially for women who statistically outlive men. Of course, delaying until 70 isn't right for everyone. If you have health concerns, limited savings, or need the income to cover basic expenses, waiting may not be feasible, but for those who can afford to delay, the reward is a larger, more secure retirement paycheck, one that keeps growing as long as you do. The break-even point, the math, most people ignore. When should you claim Social Security to get the most money over time? That's the question behind the break-even point, the age when the total value of benefits received by delaying overtakes the value of claiming early. And yet, most Americans never stop to run the numbers. Here's how it works. Let's say you're eligible for $1,400 per month at age 62 or $2,480 per month if you wait until 70. If you start at 62, you'll have collected $134,400 by the time you turn 70. But from that point on, the person who waited is getting $1,080 more per month. That's $12,960 extra every year. So by around age 80, they've caught up. And every year after that, pure financial advantage. Most break-even points fall between ages 78 and 82 depending on your benefit amount and when you start. And considering average life expectancy, that means more than half of retirees would actually receive more money over their lifetime by delaying. Still, this decision isn't just about math. It's about risk tolerance. Claiming early offers certainty now, while delaying bets on a longer future. But think of it this way. Social Security is one of the only sources of retirement income that's guaranteed, adjusted for inflation, and lasts for life. If you live into your 80s or 90s, that larger check from waiting could be your best defense against running out of money. The problem? Most people never calculate their break-even point. They guess, and guessing with your retirement income is a risk few can afford. Before claiming, you need to know your numbers, because when you understand the math, the best choice often becomes clear. How health, life expectancy, and work affect your decision. Not every Social Security decision should come down to math. Numbers matter, yes, but so do the real human factors, your health, your family history, and whether or not you're still working. These elements can completely change what's right for you. Let's start with health. If you're dealing with serious medical issues or have a family history of shorter lifespans, claiming early might make sense. Why delay benefits if there's a lower chance of living long enough to break even? But here's the mistake many make. They assume their lifespan will be short without considering real data. According to the Social Security Administration, 1 in 3 65-year-olds today will live past 90. That's a lot of years to cover with reduced income if you claim too soon. Now, consider work. If you plan to continue working after 62, claiming Social Security early can backfire. In 2025, if you earn more than $22,320 before reaching full retirement age, your benefit is reduced by $1 for every $2 you earn over the limit. That's not a tax, it's a direct cut in your check. And though you'll eventually recoup some of it, the timing hurts when you may need the income most. Then there's your spouse. For married couples, especially those where one spouse earns significantly more, the higher earner delaying benefits can lock in a much stronger survivor benefit. That one decision can mean thousands of extra dollars per year if the lower earning spouse outlives the other. Warren Buffett often reminds investors to play the long game. The same logic applies here. Think beyond today. Your health, your career, and your relationships all shape your retirement journey. Don't make a lifetime decision based on short-term fear or guesswork. Tax traps and income reductions. You didn't expect many retirees are shocked to learn this. Social Security isn't always tax-free. In fact, up to 85% of your benefit could be taxable, depending on your total income. And it gets worse. If you claim early and keep working, you could lose part of your benefit before taxes even come into play. Let's start with taxation. The IRS uses something called combined income to determine how much of your Social Security will be taxed. That includes your adjusted gross income, any non-taxable interest, like municipal bonds, plus half of your Social Security benefits. If your combined income is above $25,000, single, or $32,000, married, a portion of your benefit becomes taxable. Cross $34,000, single, or $44,000, married, and you're looking at up to 85% of it being taxed. That's money you were probably counting on, and now it's going right back to the government. Then there's the earnings test. If you're under full retirement age and still working, Social Security will withhold $1 for every $2 you earn above $22,320 in 2025. This isn't just a tax, it's a reduction of your monthly payment. Many retirees find this out after they've claimed early, and by then the damage is done. What does Warren Buffett say about taxes? The best investment you can make is minimizing unnecessary costs. In retirement, taxes and income reductions are costs you can avoid if you plan right. This is why your claiming strategy must go hand in hand with tax planning. Otherwise, what looks like a good monthly benefit on paper can shrink dramatically in real life. Always ask, what will I keep after taxes and reductions? Because that's the number that really matters. A personalized strategy, what Warren Buffett would do, and what you should consider. Warren Buffett doesn't make emotional decisions, he makes calculated ones. He plans with discipline, invests with patience, and focuses on protecting long-term value. If he were deciding when to claim Social Security, he wouldn't follow the crowd. He'd follow the numbers, his personal situation, and a strategy designed to maximize what he keeps, not just what he gets. That's exactly what you should do. Your Social Security strategy needs to be personalized. Start by looking at 3 core factors: your health, your income streams, and your life expectancy. Then consider your family status. If you're married, claiming strategies become even more important. In many cases, the higher earner delaying until 70 while the other claims earlier can create a powerful balance, providing current income and securing a stronger survivor benefit for the future. Don't forget taxes if you plan to continue working or have other sources of income, like pensions, 401k, withdrawals, or rental income. Claiming too early could result in unnecessary taxes or benefit reductions. Timing your claim around your tax picture can save you thousands over the years. Buffett always emphasizes the importance of managing risk. In retirement, one of the biggest risks is outliving your money. A larger Social Security benefit, protected by inflation and guaranteed for life, becomes your best insurance against that risk, especially if you live into your 90s, as more Americans are doing. In the end, the smartest decision isn't the one that looks good today. It's the one that holds up 20 or 30 years from now. The Buffett approach: think long-term, stay rational, and never leave money on the table because of fear, pressure, or guesswork. If this opened your eyes to how much timing really matters with Social Security, imagine what else you might be missing. Don't leave your retirement up to chance. Subscribe now and stay one step ahead of the hidden risks that could drain your savings. Your future self will thank you, but only if you take action today.